Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to wrap up May and we're going to take y'all through our month, talk about things that we loved, things that we hated. I think we're on, both sides of the spectrum this month, right?
Wrapping up May. Go ahead, hit him, Q.
It's not gonna be May.
You got a nice voice, man. You ever
nice
thought about
voice?
Yeah, you ever thought about singing career?
My son, he has this cry and it's like, "Ah!" So every time, like I take him to go get a haircut and they're like, man, you gotta put that kid in singing lessons so he can blow, bro. So I think, it runs in the family a little bit, maybe.
Okay, I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had some grand ambitions on the books we want to knock out. We didn't quite get there, but I think it's going to make for an even better June. I feel like because we're halfway through a couple books, and we'll knock those out in June. Maybe we can knock a couple out. So June is going to be big. But we did some good fan favorites for May, right?
Yeah. What's the first one, TG? What we got?
First one is Jade War.
Jade War.
So we buddy read this with Murph.
Yes.
And MK.
Yep. Let's talk about this overhyped.
Overhyped. Oh, I didn't want to say it.
Over-touted book. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So we'll start from a slight beginning. We read Jade War, obviously Jade City before we read Jade War, and we liked it. We didn't love it. We didn't think it was the best book ever. We were coming off of Sword of Kagen, and I think we got some hype like, oh, if y'all like Sword of Kagen, y'all gonna love Jade City. Yeah. And it was like, no, Sword of Kagen was amazing. Jade City was good. It was a good book. It wasn't trash. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like, oh. Yeah. And then so when we heard about Jade War, it was like, okay, well, if you love Jade War, you're gonna be over the moon for love Jade City. You're gonna be over the moon for Jade War. Yeah. And if you just like Jade City, you'll really like Jade War. And coming out of it, I was like, I mean, it was good still.
I ended the book like,
okay, yeah,
cool. Now, so I wrote 3 things about this.
Okay, hit him with your feelings, Q.
Overhyped, sometimes boring.
Okay.
But major jaw-dropping moments. I can't take that away from this book. There were major moments where I was just like,
yeah. Again, and it's and when we were reading and talking with Murph and whatnot, we kept referencing things like The Sopranos, things like The Wire, and both of those shows have that very just no. Oh, somebody got stabbed. No. Oh, somebody got thrown in a pit and shot up.
Yeah, it's like it takes the super setup for the big fallout.
The big fallout things. Yeah,
I liked the book. I didn't say it was trash.
Yeah,
I liked the book.
Trash.
I liked the book. I think I would love the show more.
I think an adaptation would be amazing. A well-done adaptation would be better. This is one where I could probably see the show superseding the books.
I wasn't thrilled or excited about the politics in the book.
Yeah, same.
And there's a lot of politics in this book.
Yeah, more than the last time.
But
when we say politics, we mean like international politics. The gang politics and internal gang and gang amongst gang, that was good. Like I was like, oh, I'm behind it. But like big picture international politics, I was like, okay, it's all right. So
I still want to pick up the next book.
We will be reading Jade Legacy.
I still want to read that book. I still looking forward to reading it.
Shout out to my man Monty. If you haven't seen his Jade Legacy review, he put a Jade Legacy review out.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a trash book. I was just talking junk. A little hyped for me.
It was a little overhyped for me.
But it was still good.
Yes.
And I really think you should still read it. Just know that there's going to be moments where you probably get a little bored.
Good wrap up. I like that.
Next book, bro.
All right. So the second book we knocked out in the month of May.
Play.
Okay. So the second book we knocked out in the month of May is John Gwynne's Valor. So after Malice, we read Valor.
Mm-hmm.
This
total opposite.
Okay, so like you ever go to a restaurant that you really like, and maybe they serve something basic. Let's say they serve like chicken wings with some mashed potatoes, and
chicken fingers,
and collard greens or something like that. Just things that you can get from anywhere.
With the collars,
something like that. Like let's say you go there, right? But the way they season the chicken,
he said collards.
The amount of vinegar they put in the collards, and then like they got the mashed potatoes. They got like a little bit of.
You go to?
Come on, no, let me finish my analogy. Can I finish my analogy, Q? Bro, you throwing on my analogy, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You said collars, man.
Green beans. I said green beans.
Tennessee
Okay.
green beans.
So you go to a restaurant and you get chicken wings, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Things that you can get from a lot of different restaurants, right?
Yeah, okay.
But some way that they season the chicken, right? And the mashed potatoes got little bits of grains of potatoes in there, and the green beans just like they're juicy, like they're fresh, like it's just made for you, right?
Yeah.
That's what this series is. It's just made for me. His delivery, his setup in situations, his
characters,
his action, all of it. It's just how I enjoy my fantasy. You know, like as a kid, you know, wanting to read about, you know, epic battles and political treachery and, you know, bigger than everybody magic system and everybody rallying for a cause. It's that. It's this.
There's a whole lot of the books that got the green beans and the
chicken legs,
mashed potatoes and all that. But he throw a little bit more seasoning on
exactly, and that's the thing.
Tastes a little bit better.
Exactly, you know, and
maybe go back next week.
Exactly, and so I will say this is I 5-star love this book. I'm loving this series. There's so many characters I enjoy. I don't hate anybody's POV. Even if I don't like them, I
hate the character.
I hate the character. Hate their POV. Exactly. Like I read, I'm like,
come on, Game of Thrones. Come on, Game of Thrones.
Exactly. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go with Sansa again. Oh, here we go. But here, there are characters I do not care for, but I thoroughly enjoy reading their chapter because my dislike from them grows, or I get to see somebody who I do like through their eyes. So no, we killed this. We're already in the middle of Ruin right now and enjoying it. So no, Valor, Faithful and Fallen series, we're fans. We're jumping on the bandwagon with everybody else.
Yeah. Cool.
And we're gonna talk about a couple things we watched. We had so we'll talk about the live TV stuff, and then we'll talk about our animated stuff, which was probably pretty lit.
Anime was popping.
It was popping. So the books was like Jade War and Valor popping. So it was good, really good. The TV shows, this is what we disagree on. I think it was lackluster. And Q was like maybe above lackluster. Yeah. So first joint was Things Heard and Seen.
Yes.
All right, you want to take that, Q? What you thought about?
Tell us what, like, briefly.
Okay, this couple moves to this like boonies out in the woods, and they buy this house. Yeah. And the man doesn't tell the woman that the husband doesn't tell the wife that the house is haunted. So over time, they discover why the house is haunted, and they also discover that there's some secrets between them as well. So
it's like this duality of like the house and their relationship.
Correct.
This movie was confused. I wanted to like it a lot.
I did too, bro.
I wanted to love it because what's Amanda Seyfried?
Amanda Seyfried, yeah.
I love her, bro. She's awesome. Great. Yeah. The dude was decent.
He's a pretty good actor.
His role, he played it well.
He did,
and he was a perfect casting for this role.
He did. He was
side characters were great too.
Yeah, they're pretty straight.
It was trying to do too many things. Like the threads were just like, and then when I say too many things, they were trying to do two things. And they trying to do that duality. They didn't really hit the nail on the head. And then they ended it and you were like, what is this ending, y'all? This don't match to what we've been going through this entire time.
They did not stick the landing. And again, that is y'all have seen me a while. That is just a sore point for me. When don't stick the landing, I go back and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, it makes me sick. And so yes, it was confusing here and there. It tried to be different things. I feel like it was rushed the last 30 minutes and then hit the landing. So I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Woman in the Window is a person who has a phobia of going outside. And so she's inside and she's getting therapy, and in the midst of her getting therapy, she is looking out and seeing things go out of her neighborhood. She's creeping on the neighbors, right? And so she thinks she sees a diabolical act happen. And so basically the story goes of her trying to get the cops and her neighbors and her tenants to believe the diabolical things she's seen, and them questioning, like, is she sane?
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this?
I mean, and again, this is another one with an amazing actress. I think
the whole cast.
Yeah, whole cast. In my opinion, I think they tried to be artsy in some of the cut scenes that I didn't think worked for me. The twist, because all these movies, I mean, both of these movies had twists, and so the twist at the end was kind of like, to me, mustache curling, like, like, here's the twist. And I was like, what? And I didn't like that. Not that I didn't like who the twist was, but I didn't like the execution of the twist. And then just the finality of how it all ended. I was like, I'm questioning how this got here. So I think that was my thing. I like the setup. I like the acting. I like the characters. There's a little backstory that I thought was like, oh, that was cool. I just had some problems with some executional things that happened toward the middle end of the movie.
Yeah. All right, what we got next, bro?
All right, so now we're going to switch into some animated stuff. And we have to start out with Invincible. Invincible is amazing. Oh my gosh, it was so dope.
The first episode, I watched the first half of it, and I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? All right, it looked like some Archer type of,
yes, very good.
And I was like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm watching it. It's, you know, it's whatever. And then the last couple minutes, I was like, why haven't I seen this yet? Like, why did I wait to watch this? And then ever since then, it was like boom, boom, boom.
I think I watched the first episode like Friday night, and then by Saturday night, I was done with the show. Probably had one of the best voice acting casts like to animation I've ever seen. Like everybody was just voice acted so well and delivered so well.
It was fun, brutal, and hilarious.
All of that.
Hilarious.
All of that.
So effing funny.
In the midst of all of that, like you said.
Yes.
The brutality was also fun.
Yes.
Please, you know they've already commissioned it for season 2 and 3.
Yeah, why not? Attack on Titan.
Season 4.
I haven't finished the last episode. However, I don't think I need to tell you how great the show is. To tell you how the backstabbing on the backstabbing on the backstabbing on the backstabbing is amazing. It's just like I was like, I'm following. I'm like, hold on, like, whoa, what? Who did that? And why did they do that? That shit. I gotta rewatch the entire thing again.
This one is well executed on the political drama behind it. Obviously, you have these big monsters, and those fight scenes are like the initial draw.
Yeah.
But the political back maneuvering behind everybody also is just like, oh, that was really good. It's really well done.
They do a really good job of building tension and breaking it.
Gosh, they put good money into animating those big scenes. It was good. It was so good. But yeah, that's it for our TVs and animated stuff we watched. And last thing is a game that we both played and beat, and also had some
this game, y'all.
Returnal
first. Unrelenting. You die.
Yes, it is very tough in the early hours. Like you start in the first part, and you feel like you're starting to get a hang of it, and then you die, and then like it's just you might get a good roll, because everything is random based. You might get a good roll with like health perks and guns and accessories, and then you might not get a good roll for like 10 tries. And when you start to like a play style and you can't play that way again, you either kind of have to fight through it or you just die again, and it gets frustrating. And the game slowly lets you get like better perks and better weapons and things. Like it doesn't give it to you after like 10 deaths. And so after you get to a level where you get like better accessories, then the game gets a little bit easier. And then you're kind of like Sharingan, like your awareness level after dying 57 times is just like, all right, cool, I know that dog's going over there, all right, cool, the bat's over there, and you're just like you're hyper aware of things, and you just make it further. So it is one of those games where you just get good by playing, but it is brutal. But and once you beat it, you feel such accomplishment. Like I remember beating bosses, and I was like, beating my chest. Like that's what I'm talking about.
You get mad hype when you like actually win. And
when you win,
you feel accomplished.
Feel it. You like accomplished. Game 7.
I would recommend the game to anyone.
Yeah, if you got a PS5 and you have some patience, I recommend this game.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But you will get mad. You will get upset. You do have to take breaks.
Yes.
It's one of those. It's one of those.
Agreed.
Frustratingly fun.
Yes. Yeah.
That wraps up our May. We appreciate y'all hollering at your boys, coming chill with us and hearing our thoughts and how we feel. If y'all made it this far, shout out to y'all. Drop us a
flower. Just throw some flowers down there. We appreciate
any flower you like.